Hey everyone, FlyingDutchy here, welcome to part number 3 in our tutorial for complete beginners, with all the DLCs enabled, and with the new German focus tree. It's episode 3, and in this episode we will do a little bit more preparation. We will let the game run a bit as well, but before we do this, there are a couple of things that we did not talk about yet, and I will do this right now. So let's just go over all the tabs, because then we have done everything. So we went over our flag here, right? We are doing the focus, we have our bonuses to, or penalties to our Army, Navy and Air Force. We have the MEFO builds that we will talk about a bit later. We don't want this to increase that quickly. And we just have a thing here, we are fascist, we have the fascist party at 40%, which is a bit low. And that means that our stability, our party stability is a bit lower. We will get that later as well. And yeah, when we get the points, our political power points, we will get this with our focus when we complete it. We will make some changes to our laws and government over here. Now, we already went over the decisions tab. When we have the points, we will get a pop-up over here that we can annex something, and we do not want to cancel the MEFO bill, so that is already done. Now, this is something we didn't talk about yet. The intelligence agency. You can do stuff with spies in the game, and it's pretty strong. So you do want to start this up, but not at the beginning. Because when we are going to create an agency for 30 days, it costs 5 civilian factories. I don't want to lose 5 civilian factories right now for 30 days. I want to keep building more civilian factories. So we will do this later in the game. So something you will see later. The research tab we already went over. We are doing the researches. You see they are progressing a little bit. And we have one experimental facility doing the flamethrower tank. Then we have the international market. If we, for example, get better guns, we could sell our old guns. And when we sell it to another nation, we would get extra construction for it. You can also buy equipment. But I don't think there is anything to buy right now. And at the beginning of the game, there is not a lot you can do with this, because we need all the stuff ourselves. Trade we went over. We are importing some rubber to offset the production penalty. The construction we went over already. We did not talk about a lot of these things, but we talked about infrastructure and the civilian factories that we need at the beginning. These two is what we are doing. We talked about production already. And we have talked about this. We did not talk about the buttons over here. For now, let's just let it be. We don't need to do anything with it. And this is a very important one here, the logistics. Here you can see how much of everything in the country you produce and how much you need. At the moment you can see that we have 2 spare anti-air in our stockpile. And that's correct because we don't use it right now, so it's going to the stockpile. It's going into the logistics tab here. It's sitting here idle. You also see that we need 64 artillery to fulfill all our needs. And we need 4,600 infantry equipment to fulfill our needs there. It will take 98 days with our current situation to have everything. The trucks as well, we need 160, we need this for our tanks. And you can see the light tanks, we need 480, and it will take, at this rate, 2 years to build up our tanks. Now, that is a long time, so maybe we should get a bit more tank production. These numbers are not only for the units in the field, that we have put here to the front line with Poland. This is also considering the things that you are building over here. So if I remove these 2 tank templates, then we don't need it anymore, because you can see here that we need 240 tanks for this one, and we need 240 tanks for this division. So we need 480 tanks to train up 2 more divisions. And we have a negative of 474, so if I remove those 2, we have a +6. So don't stare blindly on the red numbers. This is also counting in what you need to train. If you want to know how much the equipment your troops have in the field, then you should look at, I think it is the reinforcements. Yeah, I think my reinforcements are completely full. So my troops in the field have all their goods. Upgrades are better stuff, so if you make a better gun, which we will research, then you can upgrade your troops in the field. And that is the bar you need to look at. So if this is full, then your troops in the field are having their equipment right now, and then they will fight good. Now there's another Officer Corps tab. Let's not talk about this yet. We need points for this. and we are going to do this right now, when we will, before we unpass, we are going to try to get some experience. And with that experience, you can do things. You can see all the modifiers for our army, for all our navy, and our air force, and special forces. And we will fill in all these slots, we will fill in all these 3 things. These 3 buttons are the same as these 3. And these 3 with the stars are the same as these 3. So if I fill this one up with the points I have, it will also show over here. So that's the same thing. And don't forget to click on these things, because here you're going to your doctrines, giving more bonuses. So yeah, the game is all about bonuses. And I will tell you how to do this in a good way, maybe not the best way, but a very good way to make your armies and navies and your air force better. 2 more things in the UI that we did not talk about yet. A couple more actually. So we know the political power that we get, that we can use for our focus and other things in the cabinet or decisions. Then we have our stability. The higher the stability, the lower the consumer goods factories factor goes down. And that's what we want. We don't want consumer goods factories, we want to use them for our construction. So the better your stability, the higher that minus 12.4 number goes, and that's good. Then we have war support. The base value is 30. We have a pride of the fleet. And with our propaganda system in the upcoming years, we are going to increase this to a very high number. And then when we go to war, we will not lose stability, because the people think it's justified. That's what this number is saying. They think, yeah, we should go to war. Now your manpower, at the moment we have 1.27 million, that's enough for now. All our factories that we have, so we have 35 civilian factories, 28 military and 10 naval dockyards. They are all busy. Our fuel situation, you get fuel from oil and from refineries, and you use those for your army, air force and navy. Right now we don't use it, but we are going to use this very soon, because we are going to train our troops. Logistics, don't look at this yet, we will look at this before we go to war. You need to have trucks in your stockpiles and trains and convoys. And these are the convoys. We have 200 right now, and we are using 3 for supply. I thought we were also trading, but apparently we are not using a convoy right now. Command power, not important right now. What we want now is these 3 numbers, so that we can make changes to templates. We can give, we can do more things. We can assign stuff over here, and that's what we want to do next. So I restarted the game, so it's still saying the template. We are not using our anti-air for any of our troops, so I will right-click this away. And we are still building those 2 old ships, I know. Okay, before I unpass, we are going to our navy. And let's take a look at our navy situation. I'm not going to talk yet about how you should assign your boats. For now, I will click all my boats. And I press G on my keyboard. And I click on Kiel. I will send them to Kiel, and all my boats, when I unpass, let's go over it, are going to the Kiel naval base. These are all my ships. You see that my oil went down because my navy is using some. Yeah, they're going here as well. And now all my 38 ships are in 1 navy, in 1 task force. There are different types of boats in the game, and I will go over these when it's there, when the time is there. I will not do this in this episode because we are still building up, so I will do this later. But for now, what we want to look at is their experience. You can see that these boats have a silver star ribbon over here. They are level 3. And when they are level 3, they give 10% more damage and 6.6% more defense. So what we want to do is train those ships so that they will fight better. Now these ships are not that great, but I will click one, I shift click and click another one. So the 2 Deutschland-class ships, I'm going to put in a new task force in this fleet. This is the fleet symbol, and these are the task forces. So these 2 ships are now separate, and I will shift click on the exercise button. What they will do now is train. This bar goes up, and then they will become level 3, and then they get a bonus. We want this because we are going to beat the British Navy, hopefully. I will try to focus on it a bit. Let's go back to our other task force and take a look at other ships. The Emden A-klasse is also going to train. I will click on my new task force and shift click on naval exercise, so it will train until it's level 3 and then it stops automatically. Are there any more ships? Yes, we have these two Bremse B klasse. I will also train these ones up. And we have a couple of destroyers. Also split those off. Click and shift click. And we have a couple of submarines, and they are all fresh. And you see when they are fresh, they get actually a penalty. So I will also put these ones out. And I am going to train those as well. When this is happening, we're going to get naval experience. You see here that we now gain 0.33 a day. So when I unpause, the ships are going to train in this sea tile. And over time, every day, which the game goes by hour, so every 24 ticks, we get 0.33 navy experience right now. And now we have 1 point. We cannot do anything with 1 point. But this way we train our navy and we get experience. What you also want to do, let's take a look here. So these ones are just staying in dock. Is to select automatic split off, so that when one gets damaged, which is possible when they are training, they will go and repair. Automatic split off. Automatic split off. So you see this bar going up very slowly. We are using oil. You see that we are gaining 200 fuel a day and we are using 600 a day. So right now our stockpiles are going down. And that is also the big challenge for Germany. How do we get our oil for our tanks, our Air Force and our Navy? So you can see, hey, they are detaching, he's repairing. This one got damaged from training. They are going into the... I will pause for now. They go to the naval dockyard and they get repaired. And you can see that over the production tab. And click on the naval repair queue. You can see that 9 out of 10 dockyards are building. And 1 of our 3 that we can maximum assign are repairing. Shift click on this number. We will tell our naval dockyards, if there is any repairs to do those first. You are allowed to use all my dockyards to repair. Now a submarine can only use 1 dockyard, so in 2 days it will go back. It's fully repaired and it will start training again. And that's what we are going to use. And we will do the same things with our army. They can also train up. And with our Air Force. We have a new thing we can click. We have a decision. The gateway to Europe. Demand increased Dutch trade with Germany. The Dutch form a backdoor, allowing us to circumvent the British blockade and maintain trade through neutral ports. This thing is a thing for Germany and Great Britain. You can spend 10 points. And then when the Netherlands caves into our demands, that is in their focus tree, I think, that we will receive the amount of political power equal to the total amount invested by all Gateway to Europe participants, which is only Great Britain and me. So if I put 60 in and they put 50 in and they will carve to my demands, we get 110 points back. I don't like this thing because the British will not invest anything at the start of the game, and later in the game they're gonna go ham and invest 80 out of nowhere. You don't get any notification that you're behind. So I will turn this off and I will not try to win this event. So I'm gonna click this arrow and put that away. It is too annoying. It really is. The game is also telling us again that we need to build tactical bombers because we have tactical bombers in the field and transport planes in the field and they want reinforcements. And as I said in the previous episodes, I'm not focusing on those planes. Okay. The Navy is training. My army is at the border with Poland. We are training our new troops. The troops will train as far as they have equipment. So this equipment is now at 33%, so the training can only go to 33%. That is something you need to take a look at. Maybe you should add 1 more. And they are doing this indefinite, so when these are fully trained to the next level and they have full supplies, they will make a new one automatically. Okay, we have done our first focus. We have remilitarized the Rhineland. You see that the red boxes are gone. We are now able to put our troops here. We have broken our treaty after World War I. And we can do a new focus. You can see that because we did this one, all of the other path is now gone. So this is now our full political focus tree. And all of this is now gone. So it makes it a little bit easier on the eye. This is now the maximum we can do. Let's take a look what we have over here, because this looks interesting, right? Because we did remilitarize the Rhineland, we can now do the Führerprinzip. It takes 35 days and it will activate a special thing for Germany, the Inner Circle. I think this is also without the DLC, but I'm not sure. Otherwise you need to get a demo room for it, I think. And it will activate the Inner Circle mechanic. We will get more political power, we will get a bit more fascism, and our Führer will get more political power. So it makes the Führer stronger. And then we can assign these criminals, Reichsleiter Todt, Speer, Göring, Himmler, Goebbels, Hess, and Bormann, to do their own focuses. They do that on their own time, while we do something else. I will not do this right now, because we need to work on our industry. But yeah, this is a special thing for Germany. This is our industry focus. And as I said before, we are going to go with the historical way, the easier way, I would say. This is the long-term way, and this is the easier way, and this is for both focuses. And we will go with the 4-year plan. We will get 1 civilian factory in 2 states, so we get 2 extra, and we get a research bonus for industry. We're not going to do this one. It is too much of a hassle for a beginner playthrough. Click on this. We will start doing our industry. Because we did our focus, we have extra political power. We now have 117 and we get this flag over here. We can now modify our government. We can select a political advisor. Okay, let's take a look at this. A couple of advisors are available. We can actually only put 1 right now. We can do Hjalmar Schacht. And what is Hjalmar Schacht giving us? He is giving a bonus to consumer goods factories factor -10. So when we have this advisor, and he's very cheap, we can use less consumer goods factories, so they will become available for construction. We want this. This one is a good one. The military factory construction speed and dockyard construction speed will be better later on. But we are going to take this, the consumer goods factories, for 75 political power. That is very handy. There are more advisors, but some of them are still locked because you need to do a different focus for them. Then they have a cross. So right now we have only 3 available. We have this one, which gives a little bit more political power. Party popularity, stability, so we get a bit more stability. But the research speed goes a bit down, so it's not that great. We have Franz Stedtler, stability goes down, but your production efficiency growth will go up. Your factory output goes up. So he's also a criminal. And Reinhard Heydrich, they are all criminals. And Reinhard Heydrich, who's giving us a extra operative. So they are not that great for Germany. But maybe we will unlock some other ones later on. Okay. And then we get a newspaper. The remilitarization of the Rhineland. Germany has stationed troops in the Rhineland territory, close to the French border, in clear violation of the Treaty of Versailles. The local population cheered the German soldiers on, but the diplomatic reaction from France and Britain have so far been muted. Yes, they could declare war, because we break the treaty, but they won't, because we are on historical. It would be very funny to see if they actually would declare war. That would be a thing that never happened before, so luckily that didn't happen. Now I just keep playing. We will go to speed 4 right now. Yeah, you will get world news from all things around the world. Italy starts the game with a war against Ethiopia, and later on the Japanese are going to war with China, and there will be a Spanish civil war, which we will also try to help, because we will get experience from it, and we would like to get that. We already have 5. We have 9 Navy experience as well. The last thing I didn't talk about, well, 2 things, is the world tension. So let's click on this Earth ball here. This number is important for democratic countries. Democratic countries cannot go to war, cannot do anything until the world tension reaches certain thresholds. The higher this number, the more Great Britain and the US and France can do. It doesn't count for communist and fascist countries. Non-aligned countries, I'm not actually sure. I think they can also do everything what they want. But since we have done the Rhineland focus, we generated 4.9% world tension. Now, world tension will decay over time. It will go down with 0.5% per month. But you understand that this will go to 100% very soon. Well, in a couple of years. You can also see the current wars. Here you can see that Italy is at war with Ethiopia. And you can click on it and then you can see the stats a bit over here. And the last thing are these buttons. Here you can see all your division overview of the army. You can see all your bonuses. You can also see your bonuses over here. So it's a bit the same thing. And here you can select all your divisions that you have in the field. The same counts with our navy. The navy bonuses that you can also see in this screen. And all our different ship types. We will go indeed later over what they can do. And the Air Force that we did not take a look at yet. But we have a couple of Air Force things in the field. And you can see their bonuses here as well. Now let's go and play a bit more. Hey, we can do the decision. What can we do now? We can do anti-democratic raids. Anti-democratic raids. We will lose stability, but in 120 days we will lower democracy support and we would gain stability back. These things are good to increase your stability and increase your party popularity. Which is not that important, but a little bit, because it increases your stability, and when you have more stability, your factories will work better and you get more political power. So, the question is, do we want to spend 50 political power right now, while I have all of this to fill in? The answer is no. So, we'll don't get notified anymore for the raids. I turn those off. We can also modify our officer corps right now, because we have... Oh, I have to take the phone. One moment, guys. Alright, that one was, I think, a wrong call. Oh yeah, we had the points. And it's saying, hey, we can modify our officer corps. We can now get a military high command. That is one of these three buttons. That is the same as these three buttons. So let's take a look. They are the same. Doesn't matter which one you click. You get the same amount of people. And these are giving bonuses to your armies, or your navies, or your air force. So, for example, Gerd von Rundstedt would give division recovery rate. Erwin Rommel would give our armor division attack and defense. We would love to get this one, but he is very expensive. And we can't do this right now because we need to do a different focus for it. We can only take Victor Schütze for the submarines. We can make our submarines better for 50 points. I don't care about submarines, because we are going with a fleet in being. We are going to make a strike fleet. So I will not use this slot for the submarines. You can see there are a couple of things very important. Army stuff is good. Let's take a look where the best army one is. The infantry one, 10% attack and 15% defense. So we absolutely want this one. We want Erwin Rommel for the armor bonuses, and then we can choose something else. But I'm not going to spend my 50 points on this one, so I'm gonna right click this away. And we keep playing. Let's take a look how our boats are doing. Yeah, this one is also repairing. They are both repairing, but look, these ships are done. They are 3 and they don't have this training symbol anymore. So, when they are done repairing, which is now, I will click this and right click on the first one to merge them with that task force. And now I have 9 boats in this first task force and they are fully trained. This one is not trained yet, they are repairing. This one is still training. These ones are still training. And my submarines are also still training. Now you see a new thing here. We have a new ship. One of our ships has been completed. And that goes to your research for this theater. So let's click on the ship and let's see what it is. It's not a submarine. What I do is click the submarine over here, right click, and then shift click to train this one as well. Now, and it will train in the North Sea because it was in this naval base. Alright. Hey, another ship. What is this one? Hey, that is our Panzer ship. When they have this symbol, it means that it is a capital ship. You can also see it, and it's more important that you know that one, the symbol here, the tiny diamond with 1. When you click on a boat, you go to design, and they have this symbol. This is a capital ship. They will go on the back row when you are doing a naval battle, and they need to be protected from torpedoes. That is what these boats are. And this boat will also go to this list and shift click. So click, right click, and shift click. And train them up to level 3. And yes, gonna cost us more oil. It is what it is. Alright. Things are going smoothly. I wonder how much anti-air I need to put on all my troops. So let's take a look. I go to my infantry division, and I go to my support equipment, and I click on support anti-air. Nothing will happen, because we need 10 army experience, we need to save it. But when you click it, you can actually take a look what is going to change. So our soft attack goes up, our hard attack goes up a little bit, but our air attack goes from 0 to 15. So we are having some air defense with this. Now when I hover over this, it's saying, hey, this is too expensive. So we cannot take a look how much anti-air equipment we need for this. But we can make a calculation. We need 20 anti-air per division. Okay, how much do we have? Double click on one of your infantry divisions. 24, so we need 480. It's gonna take a while. Our production is slow at the start of the game. And that's how it continues to go. Okay, there's the 4-year plan, guys. We have a couple of extra civilian factories. And we can do a new focus. One of the most important things for Germany is to get the price controls. Yes, we will lose stability, we will lose support of fascism, but we will reduce for the rest of the game, as long as we have the MEFO bills active, that they will grow slower. And we get price control measures. So it is very important that we get these two things very early on. For now I will do autarky efforts, because otherwise I can't get this one. And this one adds another civilian factory. And we get some more building slots. We get another research bonus for industry. And we change our export focus to autarky, which grants us these bonuses: construction, research speed, we get a resource to the market 15%, etc. So what is that thing, right? The export focus, or this one, the trade law. So right now we have limited export, so we are obligated to send 25% of our resources to the market, and people can import them or not. We don't have access to them. Other ones can maybe import it from us. And when we do this, we get construction bonus, research, factory, dockyard output. And the autarky is not in this list, as you can see. That is a special German trade law. And I'm going to take it because I want to reduce the resource to the market. That is very nice to have. And the construction and research speed goes to 5%. And right now, it is at 5% as well, except for research. So we get a bit of a research bonus when we do this. There we go. And that keeps going. Turkey remilitarizes the Turkish Strait. Okay. Are you done training? Yeah, I will right click you to the main fleet. There you go. So what do we want to do first with our points, right? There are a couple of really good things that we can do. We could immediately go, or can we not? No, we need, so this is where we need the war support for. We are at partial mobilization. which means that 25% of our factories are expected as consumer goods. That is a lot. When we go to war economy, it goes to 20%, so it goes down with 5%. That's the main thing, because we are not building military factories right now. But with war economy, the military factories will build 20% quicker. Right now they are 10%. But that could be a good thing to spend our points on. But we have more things over here, right? We also have, so these are MIOs, by the way. So if you click on this, you can see all our MIOs for our tanks. You can see all our MIOs for our fleet. Here you can see all our MIOs for our Air Force. And here for our, well, all the rest. We can make helicopters in this game, by the way. And armored cars as well. But we are interested in the Mauser and the Car Walter and stuff. But we also have the industrial concern. Now what is this? So we can use our political power to get a bonus to research for industry. And guess what we are doing right now and at the beginning of the game. So what I will do is wait until I have 150 points and I will select one of the industrial concerns over here. One of them is locked. That is this one, so maybe we are going to get this one. Because it's... yeah, it's giving a lot of bonuses, so... But let's see. And yeah, that's going to be the end for this video. So from now on we are going to play a lot more. And just I will teach you things when things will play out. So the army stuff when we go to war. Setting up the navy before we go to war. In the next episode we will play a lot more, and I will also go over the planes, because we did not go over our Air Force yet, so I will do that in the next episode. And yeah, for everyone that is enjoying this, I have a Patreon page and I have my YouTube membership open. I want to thank you guys once again for supporting me, and if you are liking this video, this tutorial, like the video, give a comment in the reactions tab, and maybe become a YouTube member as well. And for now, thank you for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.